Now, buddy, this is what landing a 747 at a perfect speed looks like. Here we go. We're targeting 140 knots of airspeed. We're right now at 150, but it's looking great. We're in the middle of London City. We need to use the whole runway, but let's check this out. There we go, 140 knots and a pretty damn butter landing. There we go. I get quite a bit of a good job here. Here's the touchdown zone. Now trying to stop this plane as quickly as possible, which will work. Barely here on this runway. That might just be a little bit too short for the 747, but yeah. As you can see, we are stopping fine here. We're at the end of the runway, but we've made it thanks to this great speed that we have. 130, 140, 150 knots. But everybody, isn't a normal operation procedure too boring on the 747 here on this channel? No, of course. It's time to play around with abnormal landing speeds in today's video. I mean, what if perhaps, and this sometimes happens in real life, what if the flaps fail? Right now we're flying at a flaps 0. This is something you do always in pilot training, of course, landing your plane without the flaps that are normally needed. And this will now force us to use a much higher landing speed. I'm kind of like targeting like 200 knots. I don't really fly the 747 that much, but I think that will be plenty to touch down. Plenty too fast too, because we're on a short runway. Are we gonna stop? I don't know. In this case, in a flap failure in real life, you would have to divert to maybe another airport, a longer runway. Most of the time here, normal airlines, when the flaps fail, they tend to land at the longest runway available just to make this safe. Mostly works out still. 200 knots is not too bad, but come on, let's do this anyway. Okay, there's a plane on the runway that's kind of ruining the show. God damn it. All right, there you go. Let's touch down quick here. I want to stop. Okay. All right, there you go. That's been a quick landing. It's time to stop now. Going full power in the reverse thrust. This plane needs to stop now. We are barely losing speed. Oh, this is not going to work out. This is going to be a major overrun. See, the A330 has gone out of our way, but there we go. Yes. When you have a flaps failure, you need a whole lot longer runway. We might want to do that because we're now going to crash into a bridge after taking apart the whole entire airport. We've crashed a plane already. Perhaps let's try this on a runway that's used to the 747. Yes, welcome to the Princess Juliana Airport here, St. Martin. We're in the Caribbean. The 747 doesn't fly here anymore, but now it does here at 200 knots, approaching without any flaps. And it flies well, let me tell you. All right, there we go. That's been a landing. Yeah. I mean, you know, if you're flying a 747 to a place like this, that's the longest runway in like this area. It's like you would still try to land here anyway, and we are doing that right now. The plane is able to stop. There we go. I mean, we are using this whole 7,000 to 8,000 foot long runway, but there we go. We've stopped. There we go. But we did need the whole runway. So, you know, stepping it up here to a number that you wouldn't really need. Maybe let's try 250 knots, something like that. Let's make the fastest landing on the planet, because as you can see, this worked out pretty well here. Now above Maho Beach, touching down a little bit earlier than normal. There we go. That was a bit of a hard landing, losing lots of speed here. Now without the necessary flaps. There you go. Now quick stop. It does look a bit strange to see a 747, you know, land that fast, but it's gonna get real trippy now once we actually try going proper fast. So let's do that, everybody. It's time to finally give in some proper power here now. Okay, landing gear is coming down. There we go. We're about to stall out, so let's give this plane a bit more. Come on, give this plane a bit more. We're now going to be landing this plane at an incredible amount of speeds here. 250 knots. There we go. We're coming in. This is now proper fast. Didn't want to touch down. You can see that. Okay, time to stop now. And properly stop. All right, I'm trying to engage into full stopping here, which is pretty, doesn't do much. We're about to crash into a fence. Oh, that will be a very uncomfortable overrun, let me tell you. Alrighty, we have crashed the 747. We can see what happens when you fly too fast. There you go, that is some proper speed. The plane doesn't want to come down. And despite us doing a pretty smooth landing, if you consider it, there we go, we needed way too much runway. That was way past the touchdown zone. And that's why we overran. Let's maybe try this again, but properly touching down. This is a great one. Alright, there we go. That's looking great now. Are we ready? We need to touch down. This is basically going to be a crash at this point. 270 knots. We are fast. And the plane doesn't want to come down at all. We have to push it down to the runway. There you go. That's been a landing before the touchdown zone. It's time to stop now. Time to stop now. Okay. We've got a truck on the middle of the runway. Please get out of me. Get out of my way, honestly. There we go. Put the flaps down. Get everything here. The spoilers. Everything. I want to stop now. I want to be able to actually survive. Please survive this. Please do this. Please. Okay, we might need a bit of a plane that doesn't overrun all the time. God damn it. Maybe it's time to try a different plane now. Everybody welcome aboard the A330. This one can easily achieve speeds of up to 250 knots, and we will use those now to land at this place. Is this going to be a good idea? Probably not. All right, there we go. Now 270 knots, actually. We're on a relatively good, approach here. All right, there we go. Looking great. Time to land now. All right.
Too low. Terrain.
Idle. All right, that's been a bit of a hard landing. It's time to stop now. Let's do this. Yeah, there we go. We're stopping fine. Everybody, the A330 has a lot of power. Maybe a bit unrealistically high power, but there we go. With the reverse thrust, we're stopping fine. Yeah, okay, maybe the physics are off, but there we go. That was a landing now at 220 knots. That was actually a bit slower than I would have wanted. There we go. That was a very, very hard landing, though. But despite that, we stopped fine. Everybody, we need to get more speed. I want to use that whole runway. Maybe let's just try to achieve top speed in the A330. Yes, of course, it's time to beat the world record, everybody. The fastest landing that was ever done was made on the Nerdoron Air Base in Germany on a Lockheed F-104G Starfighter with 435 kilometers here. That is 230 knots. It wasn't quite that. Now let's beat it. All right, there we go. Full power. Toga power. There we go. We're already at 230 knots. This plane can go up to 300, I'm pretty sure. I want to make the fastest landing ever made.
20. Retard.
All right, that was a bit of a butter landing considering the circumstances. And even though we did that, it's time to stop now. And there we go. We are doing that perfectly well. This plane stops in no time. It's absolutely ridiculous. Check out the numbers. Yeah, there we go. Just with a bit of reverse thrust, we're able to stop beautifully. Nothing to be worried about at all. Yeah, there we go. We didn't even use 2/3 of the runway or something. Perfect. Imagine you are at Maho Beach and suddenly a plane this fast stops by going full power. You're going to be blown away. But there we go. That was a pretty good landing here. I mean, pretty butter landing. After all, that is a butter machine and we achieved butteriness. Perfect landing. Perfect operation. Yes, everybody, we have beaten the world record, everybody. We are the fastest lander on the planet. But we can probably go faster than we just did here. It's time to just turn this off and try landing even faster. After all, the A330 can go genuinely 300 knots. Everybody doing the fastest landing ever, which practically is a worthless record. But anyway, come on, let's do this anyway. All right, we're already at a beautiful 270. All right, there we go, 320 knots. Yeah, nothing to be worried about.
Retard.
Okay, that wasn't great. Oh, the plane doesn't want to land at all. Yeah, the wings just generate so much lift. It's not possible at all for this to actually, keep on the ground. But there we go. Come on, we can try to stop anyway. This plane stops in no time, right? Please work. Work with me, please. Work with me. Please stop. Please. Yeah, okay, that was only barely our overrun, which is great considering we landed at 310 knots. Everybody, once again breaking the world record at 320 knots. We did it right there, 310. This is great. Check out how fast we're zooming across the beach. There we go. It's not really made for landing this quick, this flight simulator. Yes, we've definitely done this. We can probably go faster though. Generally, a trick to actually gauge more speed is to just, go for a downward pitch here in the slew mode and then just go into this active pause thing. And this will be able to gain proper speeds, really quick, because the active pause just thinks that it's sinking this whole plane. So if we go full power, there we go. Let's maybe try to reach top speeds. How fast can this plane go in active pause? Oh my god, there's no way. It's gonna go faster and faster and faster. What's the red line? 400 knots? 400 knots? It really doesn't care. No way. All right, there we go. At 440, it is actually the limit here. So maybe go ahead and gauge that. There we go, 400 knots. Oh my god. Oh, the plane just, no, it doesn't work. Okay, that just shoots up. All right, let's try to do this anyway. All right, let's maybe try a bit of a lower airspeed, 350 knots. And we have to push it down, this plane. We have to push it down and force it to land. I realize, I think it would just break the wings apart if we're flying like that. Jesus Christ. Anyway, come on, let's stop.
Pull up. Too low. Terrain. Pull up.
I've lost hope. All right, this is the only way we're going to get this plane stopped anytime. Everybody, yes, crashing the plane. I think we did the fastest landing, the fastest proper one at 320. That is around 590 kilometers an hour. Yes, a 500 kilometer an hour landing. Isn't that great? So everybody, yes, again, the world record has been beaten. Landing faster than you would normally do. What we learned is all the wings of a plane do want the plane to actually fly. So it's hard at a certain speed to keep the plane on the ground because the plane just wants to go off again. It just wants to do it. So, buddy, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night. Now, thank you very much to my highly supporting members like Jamie Ashton, Mike C, James Duram, Ragings, Met RLG, Matt Fan Z, Moritz, Bellhausen, Knots Enthusiast, Shadow, New York, Ryland Williams, Kelly Chaos, John O'Brien, and I'm addicted to Airbus A380s. Thank you.